Hello everyone, I am so happy that you're here and welcome to lesson number 24 of A Course in Miracles. I do not perceive my own best interests. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that will make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide for appropriate action and no way of judging the result. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is wrong. It is inevitable then that you will not serve your own best interests. Yet they are your only goal in any situation which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you will not recognize what they are. If you realized that you do not perceive your own best interests, you could be taught what they are. But in the presence of your conviction that you do not know what they are, you cannot learn. The idea for today is a step towards opening your mind so that learning can begin. The exercises for today require much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. A few subjects, honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods, which should be undertaken today, will be more helpful than a more cursory examination of a large number. 2 minutes are suggested for each of the mind-searching periods which the exercises involve. The practice periods should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind, with eyes closed, for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and often conflict. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you, and then enumerate carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to be met in its resolution. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In the situation involving blank, I would like blank to happen, and blank to happen, and so on. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you, even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation, or even to be inherent in it at all. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly recognize that you're making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. After covering the list of as many hoped-for goals as possible, for each unresolved situation that crosses your mind, say to yourself, I do not perceive my own best interests in this situation, and go on to the next one. Okay, that is lesson number 24 of A Course in Miracles. I do not perceive my own best interests. Yes, I does not perceive its best interests indeed. And again, this lesson is alluding to the perception of I, the perception of the body-mind, which in itself is an illusion, a contradiction to truth, and therefore a contradiction to peace. So of course the body-mind doesn't perceive its own best interest because its best interest is limited to the exterior world and not to the peace within. So what is true perception? True perception is to perceive nothing, to be nobody, but one boundless spirit, peace. That's the only description that would fit the definition of true perception, eternal nothingness, unlimited peace in the absence of I, now. So what's the difference between the ego's best interest and spirit's best interest? The answer is that spirit's best interest is to share the reality of boundless peace within, with all, certain that its effect is always peace now. While the ego's best interest is always chased in the external world and in time, at the cost of peace now. In other words, there comes a time when light dawns upon the apparent mind with the absolute certainty that nothing in the world can give joy except the endless peace within. What else can be truly treasured with such great effects on apparent others and the apparent world? What else can extend peace now but the recognition that nothing else means anything? So take a moment to truly be honest and recognize that worldly desires and their outcomes are in conflict with what truly makes us joyous now. And that's the peace within. And I also wanted to mention that of course there's nothing wrong with getting things done in the world. We all have things to do. We have kids, families, jobs, mortgages, debt, etc. And that's part of the physical experience, and there's no judgment. But for the sake of the ultimate goal of these lessons, we have to be willing to recognize that chasing worldly desires in time keeps us preoccupied and therefore in conflict with our ultimate goal, which is to realize the peace within now. I hope you enjoy practicing lesson number 24. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and see you tomorrow for lesson number 25. Have a wonderful day. Bye.